Hi, previous video we have seen how to do the create and view operations. We have take the user input and we have submitted to the database, and also we are fetching and we are displaying those details in the formatted way here. So in this video now we will see how to update the existing records and also how to delete the records. Okay, so let us start doing that. So for that I'll start creating a view first. Okay, so for the update one we will just create a new view. Okay, so I'll start doing update student. Okay, update underscore student and request. So here while updating the student we need to know what is the particular object, so which object we want to update. So for that we will take id from the user. Okay, that when we click on that link we will also get the id. Okay, so if we get that id we will just get that object based on that id. Okay, student equal to it is a student object. We can do the get that from student info dot objects dot get, and we will get it through id. So this id we will get it from the urls. That how we will do that we will see while writing the url. So I'm just returning the update page. We don't have any update page yet now, but we will create it one now. Student slash, instead we will change the name, student update dot html. Fine, so we will write the url for this now. And here we also pass the context because to exist we need to show the existing details to the user to update something. So for that we will pass this student object to the user. Okay, student object, this is the same key we are using, and the value will be student object. Okay, so this context we need to pass in the return response. Okay, this context I'm passing, and now I'll prepare the url for this. We don't have this urls. Oh, sorry, it went to the project url. So here we need to define one more url, so that is update student. Now along with this, just we are also take the argument or something. It will be integer colon and the name will be id. Okay, so this way we will get that object. We will get that id from the user. And the next thing is we need to pass this one to the other function what we have, update student function, and we'll define one name as before, update student. Fine, this is happening. So we need, the last thing we need to do is we have created the view. We don't have the student update page. We'll just create it one, student update.html. So here we will extend the same templates, like we have already this one in the student page. So we'll use the same form. Okay, the same form we need to use. So I'll just copy the complete student.html and I have pasted, but here will not display anything. This table we have not required this, and the student list heading not required. So, and here we'll change this add to update. That's all. So everything rest will be same, but here now we can see how this displays come. So when we click on update, where we should click that update. For example, we have here the student page. We are listing out each object here. So for every object we'll have a button here. So like update, it will come. When we click on update, it goes to that particular object. Okay, so that we will achieve it through this. We have already the student object here. So along with this phone number, these details and all, will also display one more link or button. So we'll say this one, and we'll call the update student function whatever we have defined. So that how we will call url. Hope I have written the name as update student. And now along with this just link we are also passing the parameters. That parameter is the id. So in the iteration we are also getting, we have written this inside the iteration itself. So along with the student we'll also get the student id, because we have not defined id manually, but I told already that models, Django models defaultly creates an field with id if you are not defining any primary key there. So it may be also created the student id there. So we are also just sending the student id. The output representation will be like a button. We'll just say it as when we click that it should redirect to there, so there, right? So we'll just say it is update. So this is the way we'll define all the buttons. So we'll get every button for this. So when you click button, it redirects to the update student page. I'm just clicking update, so it will go to the update student page. But here we are not seeing any values, we are not seeing the previous values to do update. If we are without stored those details, if you are writing something and submit, it will submit with empty values. But how we will see that values is, here inside this pages everywhere we will show the value in the input field. So for that, to display all at once, I'm going back to the models. I have already this selected and just selecting all these things once again. So I just copy, I'll go back to the student.html, not update html. So I'll select all the fields holding the alt space. So here we'll define something like value inside that interpolation, and inside this we will say student object, because we are in the context we are sending the student object dot, and just paste. So student object dot first name, last name, age, and everything, we will just get the values in the fields. So I'm just refreshing, you can see all the values here. So I hope this is good. So in this way we will get all these values. If you now edit some value and submit, it should submit the updated value. It will not do that because we are not handling any submit request there. So we'll try to handle that request. We'll go back here. Here what we need to do is, we are already having that copied values, right? So I'll do the condition if request dot method equal to post, I need to update those values. So I already have those 5 fields here, I just pasted them there, and this should be appended with student object. So I'll write student underscore object dot first name. Those will be submitted with the updated values. How we will get the updated values? Same way we used in the create also, right? So the same way. So we'll get all these values from the user. So these values will just submit back again. Okay. So and we need to call again the student dot object dot save. So we can use the save function in two ways. I mean, it is the same function. If object already exists, it will update the values. If object not exists, it will create the values. Because the same save function we are using while creating also. So as we have student object already, it will just save that object with the updated values here. And the same thing will return redirect to the which page, we'll direct to the same we have already the student page, right? So we'll redirect to the student page. So fine, we have student page here, redirecting it to the student page. Fine, and now we just need to see the output whether it is updating it or not. I'm just refreshing. I'll come to the page again. So for example, we want to update the first one. Let us update the age. We have 10 here. We'll just update it to 20. Okay. So I'm just changing it back to 20. I'm submitting. It came to the back, and here you can see the updated values here. So this is how we will do the update thing. Now let us the second thing what we thought of doing is the delete. So for that we'll just quickly have the links also. However, we have for update the same way we can have it for delete also. So let us have define that options first in our HTML. So it is same, right? same thing, we'll just say it is delete. And here also we have not defined any URL, but we will do it. We'll use this name, delete student. So first let us go and define a URL here and the view function first. Okay, so here I'll just have if delete student request, and we'll take here also the ID, same way how we took there. And I'm just copying the same way the object getting of this object also, but we'll not pass this object to your user. So here we'll just return the same way, just copying the same lines, but in this case we will use another page to ask the user whether are you sure to delete this object. If he says just submit as sure, we will just delete that object. So sorry, delete update I have given, so here we will change that delete. Okay, so this context we are not passing anything. If the request comes as post request, we will just delete that object. Request dot method equal to post. Here we have a type error. Okay, fine. So if it is post request, we will just delete that object by calling the delete function. Like save function, we have a delete function to delete the objects, and we'll return same way, redirect to the student page. Already we have that. So this way it will just delete that object and it will return to the student page itself. Okay, so we can create a URL for this the same way how we create for update. I'm just copying the same URL, I'm just pasting it there and keeping the comma there. So the thing is we need to change the value, the names. It is delete, and this here it is also delete, and the first path is also delete. So this is way we can just define the, we have defined the URL. And the last thing, one more thing missing was the student delete HTML page. We don't have it, we'll create one. Dot HTML. So like home, we'll just extend this things. We are extending the base template. So the values what we will display it here is, we need two things. One is just the message, I'm just keeping it in h1. Are you sure to delete this object? Okay, and here we'll just have a form. So if it submit the form, it will just delete it. Submit means we will not have any input fields there, but we'll just have the button. Method post will have the button, just button, and it will be, the type will be submit. So here I'll just display it as s delete. I'm just giving. So if we click as delete, it will just submit this one and it will just delete that object. Instead, if we just click another button, like we will have one more button inside a link, we will have button with type just button. Okay, so if it is cancel, when they click cancel, it should go back to the normal HTML page. It will go back to student page. URL will return it to student page itself. So this way when we click submit, it will take it as post request, but if when we click cancel, it will just redirect to the normal student page. So this way we will ask the confirmation, are you sure you want to delete that object? So now we will see how this works. I'm coming back to student page again. If you are updating, I hope that update will not affect anything. 30 I'm giving, I just submit, so it updated the values. So now if I want to delete the same object, I am trying to delete this object. Delete. Are you sure to delete this object? I'm keeping cancel. Hope this cancel works. So it has not deleted. We have got this. We have not lost any object. For example, now we'll delete this object. S delete. Now the only error we forgot to have the csrf token here, so we'll just have the token csrf token. Fine, now this should work good. I'm going back and I'm coming to student page again, so I'm just clicking delete. Yes, delete. So we can see that we have lost that object. For example, if you want to delete one more, yes, delete, we'll use that object also. So this is the way how we will use the delete functionality. We'll just call the delete function, and we also seen the update function. We'll just when we click update, we will show the existing details. We can save the way we want. We can update those fields, and if you submit, it just update that fields. Okay, so I hope it is clear and you're able to understand the thing, and in the coming videos we will see how to use the django forms. Hope this is clear. Thank you.